Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our edition of 9/11. It is our coaches, our entrepreneurs editions. And so we have two coaches with us this evening, and we're going to let them share with you who they are. But I'd like to welcome you to our broadcast. We started this broadcast because there was lots of things happening with COVID, and God just spoke to me and let me know that we needed to be able to have just honest, authentic conversations about where we are in whichever way it is that we are especially asked to show up. So we started it off with two nurses, with three nurses actually, who are right on the front line, and it was really a life giving, and it pulled you in. You got to see what they experience every day. After that, broadcast, I had to go do some self-care because it was really heart-wrenching. And then we talked to some survivors of COVID. We talked to some first responders and 911 operators. And tonight I wanted to go a little bit different because those are individuals who are in the thralls of it and struggling in certain different ways. We, on the other hand, are entrepreneurs who have launched during this time. I just wanted to have a candid conversation of what is it like to walk out your purpose and calling in this particular way while COVID is still alive and well. And so this evening we have two wonderful young ladies who have become my sisters. I had the privilege of meeting them. And so I want to bring Uche and Carrie on, and here they are. And so, Uche and Carrie, I first of all want to thank you for being here this evening. It is my privilege to sit down and have a conversation amongst sisters, and that's what we're going to do between Joy and I, and Uche and Carrie. Audience, we are just going to have an honest, authentic conversation about what is it like for us to start a new business, to launch out with or a new arm of our business in the middle of COVID-19. And so I have the privilege of having my two new sisters with us in the studio this evening. We have Uche, who is coming to us. As a matter of fact, Uche, I don't know where you are. I know where Carrie is. Carrie is in South Carolina. Uche is where? Where's Uche? Maryland. All right. Uche is in Maryland. I meant to get that beforehand. Ladies, welcome, welcome,
Thank you.
welcome, welcome. It is my privilege to have you ladies and to have a conversation with you. So, yeah. Look, I'm going to start off by this. I thought about this. So, it is so amazing to me how God is, right? How he does chess moves, right?
Mhm,
Chess moves.
mhm, mhm.
When we get off the plane, Joy and I get off the plane in California in November, we're loading our things on the van, and who is the first person that we meet? It's Carrie,
Yes, it is.
right?
Yes, it is. And what a blessing it was. Because I recognize y'all's faces from seeing, the meet and greet within Speaker Right. And I was
Right,
like, I think that's them. I don't want to say anything, though. I don't want to look
right.
crazy.
Right. And so, and so we didn't know it then, but that was divine appointment, right?
Yes, it was.
That was
Yeah, he was.
divine connection and divine appointment. And so I think about that day, you don't know anyone, and
Hmm.
I remember seeing your face as we were doing the preliminary things. So I was like, all right, that's her. I believe that's her. So we're both saying the same thing. So
Yeah,
welcome, my sister. Welcome.
thank
I'm
you.
privileged and honored to be able to sit and have a conversation with you, my dear.
The honor is all mine. Like, this is a treat. This is a good treat.
Amen. And then Uche. So again, Joy was determined that we were going to be front and center every day. If we had to be out there 2 hours before the doors open, she was determined that we would be front and center. And every time we're front and center, who is flanking us right behind us?
Yes.
Uche.
Well, I knew there had to be a formula because that was my first time attending any of those type of events. And when I saw Joy first in line, and I was like, okay, she looks like she knows what she's doing. So let me go ahead and follow behind her. And then when I saw her in line again the next day, I was like, okay, I'm in great company.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so I consider that divine appointment as well, divine connection. Amen. Amen. Okay, all right. We're gonna dive in deep, and we're just gonna have this a conversation among sisters. That's what we're getting ready to do this evening. So I want to allow you guys to formally introduce yourself. Share with us anything you'd like the audience to know about you. Uche, let's start with you.
Yeah, thank you. So first of all, thank you for allowing me to be here on your platform. I definitely appreciate that.
Welcome.
Again, as Dr. Catherine mentioned, I'm currently right now live in Maryland, but I'm actually originally from Texas. I'm a Texas girl, born and raised. Went to school. I'm an engineer by trade, but by heart, I really identify as a person who try to be a light in the midst of darkness. And throughout my life, that's just what I have been able to do. People always attract to me who are going through transition, and I'm able to provide them as they're going through that transition. And then once they finish that, they're able to go to the next step. So I'm just really excited to be here. And of course, I did start my own company, leadership and personal development training company, to help people identify and figure out what type of leaders they are, and also personal development. And I'm just really excited to be here. So thank you.
Excited to have you. I've been watching you. It is your heart to support leaders, specifically to support women, but to support leaders. And you work diligently to make sure that they have what they need in order to go to the next level. So welcome, welcome, and I honor you for the work that you're doing.
Thank you.
Carrie, tell
Yo.
us something about you.
Okay, can y'all hear me okay? Just want
We
to make
can hear
sure.
you. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect. Because I can't hear Uche. I want to be able to comment on hers, but I can't hear her. I just want, but as long as y'all can hear me, I guess that's good to go. So my name is Carrie Crossman. I'm from Surfside, South Carolina. I have been in retail management for 19 years, and for all of those years, I have been a coach. So I figured, why not put an LLC right behind it? So I did that officially. Whoop, whoop. So, but I always say, coaching is who I am, and then video editing is what I do. So my coaching business is ATBA Impact Group. You can ATA Impact Group at .com. And then also I have my video editing business, which is Stutter Style. So, I just love impacting people's lives and help doing anything I can to elevate them to another level, whether it be through personal conversations and connections, or whether it be through promotions and video promotion and educational videos as well. Yep.
Look, my sister. I'm gonna come back and comment on that in a minute because
Okay.
as a matter of fact, I caught both of you all. You're both on the same schedule. This is day 5.
Yep.
For both of you, it's day 5,
Yeah,
and so we're gonna talk about some day 5 nuggets that you guys have dropped.
Okay.
I'm sitting listening like, wait a minute. They sound like coaches or something. But we want to make sure that we get room for joy. And so what I do, I don't do alone. I do whatever I do on the front end. Joy is in the back end. She's on my side. She's making it happen. She is pulling it together. So we always want to pay homage to our resident self-care specialists and technical this and graphic this and coach this and COO on the go and all of those and she makes me look good in the front.
There you go.
Anything you want to say, go for it.
No, keep going.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a great introduction. I am humbled by such an introduction.
She's not acting humble.
Right. Yeah, like she just want to skip over it.
I didn't know if there was more. If there was more. No, I'm super grateful to be here this evening. I am I'm excited to be on this particular episode because this particular episode encompasses all the things that we do. So that's exciting. I'm excited to be able to walk with you guys on this journey. Dr. James said, like it turned from when we stepped off the plane in California, like everything was just wide open. Life was just wide open. So just excited about that. So for those of you who don't know me, I am Joy Creel. I am the COO on the go. I'll be your COO too if you want me to.
You better go ahead now.
Go ahead.
In addition to being COO on the go, I am a business coach and strategist. And that is one of the things that I do in addition to personal development coaching and those kinds of things. So I do wear lots of hats, and I believe that's the way that God designed me. And I am doing exactly what I feel like God has called me to do. So that is exciting, all in and of itself. So um, yeah, so I'm just happy to be here. I'm excited for what's about to go down because I know Carrie personally and I know Uche personally. And of course, I know Dr. Katherine James a little bit. And
Yeah.
I mean, this can be nothing short of phenomenal. So, hey, let's get to it. Let's get to it.
Look, ladies. Okay. I gave y'all some questions, but we're gonna skip right over some of those questions.
Go
I'm,
ahead now.
I'm going straight to what I gleaned from day 5. Carrie.
Okay. Let's go.
Okay, we got some comments.
Okay.
Production messing up. Listen, before we do that, let me jump into these comments because I already know once we get started, it's going down, right? So we got a couple people. We got the comments lining up. Brenda Board says hello. Pam Bracy says good evening. Althea Cargile says hello. Dr. James. Keisha Geary says hi, ladies. Lacey Renee Dawson says, hey, everyone. I got a good amen from my sister, Dr. Nyria Harrington. Letitia Wright says, yes, Joy P. Krill. I'm excited. Y'all make me feel like I get something up in here. All right. Nyria Harrington. Oh, wait, they talking to each other. Can't put that on there. LL says good evening. So we are excited to keep moving and to go forward. Hello to everybody. Did want to touch the comments that came in before we dig in deep because we are about to go. Let's go.
Let's go.
Right. Hello, everybody. Athalia, Pam, Brenda, all of you guys. Riri, Letitia, Naria, Riri, Lacey, Keisha, Yerby. Keisha been turning it out, right,
She
ladies?
is
This
a prodigy.
girl is on
She's a
fire.
prodigy.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
she on fire. All right. So I'm listening to Coach Carrie. First of all, I'm looking at her in her splendor as her name comes up all nice, and she got her music in the background. I mean, her skills are just like, I'm like, okay, I see it, Carrie. And then she starts dropping these nuggets. She says, I enjoyed the journey of trusting my mind.
Oh yeah, absolutely, I do. You have
Enjoy,
to.
go for it. You enjoy the
Yeah,
journey of trusting your mind.
yes, you have to because we go through so many times. Just something as simple as what am I going to wear today?
Yeah.
What do you want to wear today? Like
Mm-hmm.
I've had even those simple conversations with myself, and that spills over. And that's the little things we don't think about. But there's other things we don't think about trusting our minds too,
Yeah.
and it's what our gut tells us. And that's why I find such power in questions.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have to constantly ask ourselves questions in order to get to the root of who we really are,
Yeah.
what we really want, and what we really want and need to do. And that comes from trusting the answers to the questions because we have them all.
Yeah.
God gave us every single answer that we needed, but what we like is asking those important questions. What do I need?
Yeah.
Where am I going?
Yeah.
Because without that answer, how do you form a plan to get there?
That's right.
So
That's
yeah,
right.
but in the beginning of that is trusting your mind when those answers, because we've always like pray, oh Lord, send me a sign, and then you get a sign, and you like, send me one more sign, just one more sign.
Come on.
And it's because we don't trust that inner
Yes.
voice, that
I
inner
definitely
mind,
need
that inner
another
self.
sign, Carrie. I definitely need
Right?
another sign.
You a double sign type of girl. I see
Like,
you.
hey, I'm throwing a fleece. I need a sign. I need to throw a fleece. All of that.
You need a white feather to land right here on your shoulder, like so. Oh, and
Listen, a
some
white
people
feather that's on fire to sit on my shoulder. Like
that's not consumed. Okay,
That's not
Moses.
that's
consumed.
not consumed. Like the bush, like the bush. Like that's what I need.
Oh man, and we do that. We do that, and it's because we don't trust that. We don't trust our minds. But once we start to trust our minds, we start dropping our own nuggets.
Yes.
We start surprising ourselves. And
Yes.
like I came up with that. That was
Yes.
created in me, and that was put in me before I even got here. That's amazing.
So, Carrie, how? Give us one way in which we began to trust our mind.
Talking to ourselves.
Okay.
Most people think, oh, girl, she over there talking to herself. But literally, like every day, you need to spend time with yourself
Hmm.
and get in touch with that person inside. I did this meditation, and it's on YouTube. I can't remember. I'll drop it in the link if anyone's
Okay.
interested. But it is a 3-part meditation where you relax, of course, and
Hmm.
you clear your mind. And then the first thing is go to the child, and
Hmm.
there's some things circled around that. And then it's go to who you are now.
Hmm.
There's some direction circled around that, and then go to where you are in the future.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's the child, and it's kind of like the triple moon. I don't know if anybody's familiar with the goddess moon, but it's like the child, the you now, and the
Hmm.
you in the future.
Hmm. Hmm.
And it says every time, ask that person, what is it that you need?
Mm. Mm.
And then that starts to
Mm.
not just heal something within us,
Yeah.
but it leads us into our purpose.
Yeah.
Because when we become what we need,
Yeah.
we show up in the world as what
Mm.
we're meant to do.
Amen.
And
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No, you go ahead.
And one of the things that it reminds me of is why I coach.
Okay.
That is exactly why I coach. Because growing up, I was by myself a lot, and I had a lot of people around me, but no one was really paying me any attention.
Mm.
No one was really my friend. Like if I needed
Hmm.
something or if I had an emotion, I went through those
Hmm.
things by myself. And
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of those things just got housed inside of me. And
Mm.
that was the cause of me not trusting myself, because I had so many situations, so many emotions built up that I didn't even know which one to even start with.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure how to let those things out. So
Hmm.
within coaching, I see that in other people.
Yeah.
And I've
Yeah.
done that work on me. So I see
Hmm.
those things in other people. So what you got to do is you got to take that. It's not a problem. It's just a matter of sorting things out, picking one, starting here, and just moving down the line. That's
Yeah.
all it is.
Yeah.
And you have to do that by trusting your inner self and just talking to yourself and get to know yourself. If you want to meet someone for the first time, what do you have to ask them? What's your name? Where you
Hmm.
from?
Mm.
We never ask ourselves that. We
Mm.
really don't have those in-depth conversations with
Yeah.
ourselves. And
Yeah.
who are we with most of the time?
Uh-huh. Ourselves.
And we can't get away from
Ourselves. That's powerful.
it.
Ask yourself the questions that you often
Ask
ask
yourself the
someone.
question. Right,
Reintroduce yourself to yourself.
right. Because there is no answer until the question is asked. And when the
Amen.
question is asked, it's just like if you're in a room,
Yeah.
Dr. Kathy, and I
Yeah.
said, Dr. Kathy, you would turn around.
Right.
If you didn't
Right.
see me or anything, you might stagnate again. But if I said again, Dr. Kathy,
Yeah. Yeah.
eventually you're gonna come and see what I want.
That's
That's
right.
the same it is with when you ask the universe a question. If you ask
Hmm.
God a question, when
Yeah.
you submit your request to God,
Yeah.
it has to be answered. It may not be what you want,
Hmm.
and you may not want to
Yeah.
listen when it comes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's never gonna do either one of those things if you don't ask.
Gotta ask.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta ask. So you gotta spend time with yourself. You
Mm-hmm.
gotta ask yourself some questions.
Ask good questions.
Ask some
Absolutely.
ask good questions.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
good stuff. That's
Absolutely.
good stuff. Uche, let me go to your side of the page. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you. Thank you.
You're
Always
welcome.
good stuff. Uche, you talking about resetting and pivoting. Resetting and pivoting. You say that it's imperative that we start with daily affirmations to ourselves. And I think I have on here 4 times a day, you engage in daily affirmations. it's helping you to reset and to pivot. And talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, what Coach Carey mentioned as far as just talking to yourself. Can you guys hear me okay?
I can hear you.
Very good. It's absolutely true, because I talk to myself all the time. My family was like, "Mom talking to herself again," and because I'm always asking questions on what is it that you want to achieve today.
Yeah.
But with the daily affirmations, if you think about it, it's interesting what goes into our mind. What we talk out loud is what we really program in our brain subconsciously, and then that's how we act out. So the reason why I say we should do it at least 4 times, I think you should do it in the morning. You should do it in the during the afternoon, in the evening, and at night, especially whatever you're trying to achieve. I was having this conversation with someone today where we were doing some type of assignment, and he said, "Man, Uche, this is difficult for me." And I said, "Well, is it difficult because it takes a lot of work, or is it difficult because it's going to take a lot of time? Which one is it?" And he thought about it, because he was already subconsciously planting seeds of how difficult the tasking was going to be, versus just asking himself that question.
Yeah.
Because when we're working on anything, especially ourselves, we have to reaffirm so that we can reprogram our brain on how we take information about ourselves, so that then it can come out in the way that we want it to appear to others and to the world.
Is this recorded? I just need to know if this is recorded, because I can't repeat what she just said. I don't know if she can repeat what she just said, but it was a gem. It was a gem. Oh my goodness, it was a gem. Uche, so you just gave us a recipe for resetting and pivoting. We take in what it is that we need. This is what I took from it. And then we give it back out in order to, I don't know what you said. I can't.
How we wanted to show up.
How we wanted to show up.
How we wanted to show up to others and to ourselves, right? If we want to be happy, or if we want to be excited, or whatever it is that you were trying to change or be in your life.
Yeah.
Whatever you take in, you reprogram that in your brain, and that's what comes out to the world of how you.
Whatever we take in, we reprogram it in our brain, right? Yeah. And that's what comes out into the world. And see, this is the thing. We are in the time where neuroscience tells us that we can grow new brain cells and new pathways, that there's regeneration, right? There's new neural connections that we can make. And so this idea of affirmations and speaking life and calling things to be not as though they were, calling things into existence, right? In setting our intentions and focusing on those things day in and day out. Absolutely. And then, we hear this all the time in our circle, energy grows where it goes. And so if we give our energy, set our intentions in that way, that's what we set up to have come back to us. And from a scriptural point, it's the idea of sowing and reaping. Whatever we give our time to, our attention, our energy, we sow into that thing, we're going to reap it back. It's an eternal principle. And so that's what I hear you talking about, Uche.
You got to be careful, right? Your tongue is powerful. So whatever you speak, it shall be. And why not speak it, right? Why not speak it in the way of what you want it to turn out to be? So we got to remember that.
Look, Carrie, can you hear her? This is what she said. Uche said, your tongue is powerful. Yeah. And so whatever you speak it's coming. So you might as well speak what you want to come.
Yeah, your words are seeds. My dad used to say that all the time. Your words are seeds. Because I had a bad habit of always saying, he asked me a question, my answer was always whatever. He's like, your words are seeds. You ask for whatever will come, and you won't have no control over what come in and out of your life if you don't take charge and command what comes in.
Command it. We can't afford to just say anything. Right. No matter what we are feeling, we cannot afford to let certain things come out of our mouth. We cannot afford to say I'm broke. No.
That made me hurt.
We can't afford that. We can't afford to say, man, I'm never gonna. Look, I'm never gonna stop growing. I'm never gonna stop being my best self. I'm never gonna stop being amazing. If we're gonna say I'm never gonna, That's what
That's
it better
right.
sound like.
Yeah,
No, but
That's
absolutely.
no
exactly right.
limitation. No limitation. Joy, I know we've got some comments and things going on there. You want to hop
Hop
in
in
here?
here.
We have a couple of comments, mostly just kind of amen and everything that's going
Okay.
on.
Okay.
We got Letitia who is scribing it out for us. What we say or talk out loud is what our minds lock into. Your words are seeds. Tamika says, I'm never going to stop
Mm,
growing and being brilliant.
Gone,
that's right.
Tamika.
Not
What?
ever.
That's my coaching client. I just said,
There you go.
gone, Tamika.
Keisha says, don't say I'm broke, say I'm overcoming a cash flow problem.
There you go.
Right, right, right.
Overcovered.
I said
Well said.
every day we go to the mail. If Lori brings the mail in, I always ask, is my check in there? Every single, is my check in there? One day she gonna say yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Look, here we go. Isn't it the perfect day for my check to arrive?
Yeah, perfect day.
Look, this is the
All
Perfect
the
perfect
day.
day
time.
to find my check in the mail.
Oh yeah. You better believe it.
Feels like a
Amen.
good check day. Feels
Feels
like
like
a
a
Look
good
good
at
check
check
day.
day.
Amen. Amen. Let's see. Carrie, you said something. You said, let me see. I have to take my glasses off, see if I can get this one right. You said so much, but this one thing you said, it was so powerful. You said, you and me
Mhm,
showed up
mhm,
today
mhm,
at the same
mhm.
place, maybe
Same place, same time.
the right when we needed each other. You and me
Yes.
showed up today at the same
Oh yeah.
place and the day, same time. Right. This is what you said. Right when we needed each other.
Right when
And
we
then
need it.
you started talking to me. Then you
Yeah.
started talking to
Yeah.
everybody, just like it was just
Yeah.
the two of us.
Yeah.
Girl,
And that's
I
that.
was like,
That's all there is in that moment.
yes,
That's all there was. And when I said that, I felt that because
yes,
I know that it could be seriously. I could be dead and gone,
yeah,
and that can still touch this
yeah,
person. And my voice showed up at the very same time that
yeah,
their ears were ready to hear what I said,
yes.
and that would be worth it.
It would be worth
That would
it.
be worth it.
It would
Yes,
it would
because
be
I
worth it.
don't ever want there to be anybody waiting on me.
Yeah.
I want to be there.
Wait, stop.
Yeah.
Just stop. Stop, stop, stop. Hold up.
Mhm.
Hold up. Wait a
Mhm.
minute.
Get on the floor and get
Oh, no. She said,
Yeah.
Coach Carrie said,
Hmm.
I don't want anybody to ever be
Waiting on me.
waiting on me.
That ain't what she
Waiting
said.
on me.
What she what
Coach
she say?
Terry said, I don't want nobody to be
Nobody
waiting.
to be
On
waiting on
She
me.
me.
said, I don't want
Come on, get it,
nobody.
baby, get it,
I
get it.
want it.
I wanted the way
I
she said. That's
I
right.
She said,
want
I
it.
don't want
I want
nobody
nobody.
Waiting on me.
to be
Wait.
waiting on me.
Yeah.
So let's just unpack that a little bit.
Hmm.
So we've been called in this season of our life to
Hmm.
show up in a way where we join people where they are in
Hmm.
they're brilliant already, right?
Hmm.
They have everything that they need right within
Hmm.
us. But we've been gifted with this amazing way of helping to pull it out. So
Right.
the way that God has given it to me is that I help people to live their potential
Right.
in places of possibility. And where I park is in areas of cognition and emotions and relationships. That's
Right.
where my superpower is. And
Right.
so, Carrie, if you could just right quick, what's your superpower?
I've thought about this a lot, and I really think it's being a best friend, and
Mm,
not in the sense of like,
mm-hmm.
hey girl, let's go shopping,
Yeah,
girl,
yeah,
let's do this,
yeah,
girl.
yeah,
But when you think of a best friend, you
yeah,
think of someone who's gonna give it to you straight.
yeah,
You think of someone who's not gonna pull any punches. You're
yeah,
gonna think about someone who don't just rip off some advice, but take the time to think about where you're coming from and listen to you till you get done.
yeah,
Not start formulating a plan for you halfway through your conversation, but to
yeah.
let it get done, to let it sit and marinate. And then
Mm,
together, I want to show you your power. I want to
Mm,
show you that you can do it.
yeah.
I do not want anyone to have to, I don't want to be anyone's coach forever.
Yeah.
Because if I am someone's coach forever, I'm not doing my job.
That's right.
I'm not,
That's
you know,
right.
and I'm not doing what I'm called to do, and
That's right.
I'm not really unleashing my greatness
That's
if
right.
someone does not find the part. Now, if we go to a different program or
That's right.
it's a different situation, yes,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
But it's like a best friend approach to coaching.
Mm.
That is my superpower.
Amen. 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 Uche, what's your superpower?
My superpower, that's a great question. Never thought about it. I would have to say the fact of being direct
Yes.
and holding your hand as we go forward with that. So one of the things that I normally do is for coaching
Yeah.
is when I am working with a client, and especially when they're telling me what their goals are. That's great. But then we talk about what are some of the obstacles that's putting them in that place. And
Mm-hmm.
one of the things we start doing is the three whys: why this, why that, so that we can really start unveiling what the issue is, right?
Yeah.
And then as they're telling me their why of why they cannot move forward,
Mm.
why they cannot progress, why they are being hindered, why they can't receive this promotion, then I begin to ask questions. How are you showing up to the people that is preventing you from going there, right?
Mm. Mm-hmm.
And as we start begin to dissect this,
Yeah.
then we begin to understand what
Yeah.
are some of the things we need to put in place so that those hindrance, those
Yeah.
perceptions are no longer in your way, and we're walking this route together. So
Yeah.
when I say that maybe my superpower, I really believe because I grew up in darkness,
Okay. Okay.
right? And I never want anyone else to walk alone. And that's
Mm.
why I said, to be a light in the midst of darkness is
Yeah.
because I understand what that means and what that
Yeah.
feels. So as we're going through this journey, we're going to create that light together.
Amen. Amen. Uche said she grew up in darkness and she doesn't ever want anyone to be alone. So she represents a light for them. And her
Mm,
superpower is being direct and holding their hand, calling them forward, holding them accountable, right?
yeah,
Not letting them get stuck in the whys, right?
Mhm.
that's
Mhm.
good.
All right. All right. All right.
Good.
Uche Joy, JP Creel, what's your superpower, girl?
Well, let me see. I have so many powers. I have to talk about a superpower. No, joking, joking, joking. What is my superpower? My superpower is my superpower is pulling out the best in people by way of support. So what are the things that I do? So I call myself the COO on the go. And one of the things that I do with that is make sure that my clients have everything that they need to succeed. So, and um, understanding that as a COO, my goal is to make sure that your vision becomes a reality. And if my
Mm,
goal is to make sure that your vision becomes a reality, then everything that I do puts you on that road to your vision, right? Puts you on that road to where you have to go. So my superpower is making sure that your vision that people's visions become reality. So what does that mean? That means that all of the gifts, skills, and talents that I have come with me. So my
right.
superpower is funneling all of the things that I can do, all of the things that I do, and all the things that I do very well to make sure that your dream comes true. So I'm number one. I'm number one at being number two, and I'm very
Right.
clear that I am the very, very best, and I thrive when I'm making sure that my CEO is the very best CEO that they can be. So I get excited even talking about it because
Mm,
it is literally where I thrive and making sure that I understand my place and my lane. And that's making sure my CEO understands their place in their lane. So
Yes,
that
yes.
is my superpower.
awesome.
So why did I want us to do all of that? Not to, you know, it is, we have the responsibility of allowing the world to know that we are here and we are
Mm,
here in this package. So that
right.
has its place. But the main reason why I did that is the statement that Carrie made is that she doesn't want nobody, nobody
Nobody.
waiting, waiting on her. Is that correct? Is that we got that right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is the thing.
But you gotta say it like Carrie. I
I
don't want
don't want
nobody.
nobody waiting on me.
Nobody.
Nobody.
Put
Nobody.
a little
I
neck
don't
in
want nobody.
it.
Nobody waiting on me.
I ain't messing with y'all. I ain't messing with y'all today. We'll be out here at
Nobody.
midnight, and you know it.
You don't work unless you feel like that. Like I don't want
I
Nobody.
nobody.
don't want nobody.
Nobody. Your head movement. I don't want nobody waiting on me.
But
Waiting on me.
this is the thing, beloved. This is the thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many um, of God's beloved, so many of His created beings who take all of what has been imparted to the grave.
Mm-hmm.
You see, and so the people who could have benefited from that person showing up,
Oh yeah.
they don't get the benefit because that gift, that package is in the grave
Mm-hmm.
and it was never materialized.
Right.
And so what you just said right here, Carrie, is that I don't want nobody waiting on me. That
Mhm.
means we've got to be about our business
Yeah,
of
we do.
being and becoming continually and perpetually so that folk not waiting, right, on
Mm-hmm.
us to show up fully. That
Mm-hmm.
they're not losing out and not getting, exactly what they need
Mm-hmm.
because we got them waiting
Mm-hmm.
and they don't even know if the bus coming or not.
Right. 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 There's someone out there on the verge of giving up. And if we
Mm,
do not show up, they
yeah,
will. They
yeah,
may.
yeah.
I hope they
Amen.
don't.
Right.
And everyone isn't for everybody. So if
Correct.
I offer something different than Joy, Joy offers
Yes.
something different than Uche, and Uche
Yeah.
offers something different than you,
Yeah.
we all have to show up.
Ah.
Yes.
Ah. Ah.
We all have to show up.
Ah. Uche, talk to our audience about showing up.
Yeah, one thing I thought I was watching this, I saw a great meme on Facebook or a
Mm.
picture, and someone had the question about, you know, should I be concerned if other people are doing what I'm doing?
Okay, so
And
Uche, someone online, you saw a meme and someone asked the question, should you be concerned? That is a great question. Should you be concerned if someone is doing what you're doing? So like we're coaching. Should we be
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
concerned if there are other
absolutely.
coaches? Okay, go for it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And they had a picture of the bread aisle,
A picture
and
of
they
what?
said if the bread aisle at a grocery store.
Okay, bread aisle. Okay.
Right. And think about it, when you go in the bread aisle,
Yeah.
what do you see?
A
All the
whole bunch of
different,
loaves of bread,
but with different companies,
different brands. Yes, yes.
right?
I
And
love
they're
it.
producing the same thing. And they
Same
said, so
thing.
next time you have that question,
Yeah.
go in the aisle and take a look at that. And I thought that was so riveting because it was so visual, right?
Go look at the bread aisle.
I like that. I like
When you,
that. I,
look,
I
when you
couldn't
can,
hear, I couldn't hear her, but I was on her lips. I'm like,
I'm trying, right.
yep,
I'm
yep,
trying to
yep,
give you some feedback, like I'm jumping in so you can get it.
I
I'm
got
getting it
that
work.
one. Oh,
we
got
we
Because
can
here's
work
it.
it out.
Well, Dr.
Mm-hmm.
Catherine, here's the thing.
Yeah.
No one can be you but you.
Yeah.
My grandmother is a phenomenal cook. Sweet
Yeah.
potato pie. Everyone's like, where is muddy as sweet potato
Sweet
pie?
potato pie, your grandma. Okay. All
Yes.
right.
She gave me the recipe. I followed it.
It didn't come out.
It didn't
No.
taste like what is sweet potato pie.
Uche got her grandma's recipe, sweet potato pie. Can't nobody make it like grandma. Uche took it. She tried it. It ain't
Tried it.
come out like grandma.
No.
Right. So what you have and
Yeah.
what you're going to offer is uniquely you, and
Yeah.
you're going to have people who are going to be
Yeah.
ready to receive it because
Yeah.
it's for uniquely them.
Yes. Yes. And so amazing and so wonderful. And so absolutely. No one, Uche say, basically, we are a unique package. And
Yeah.
even if we're doing the same thing, it's not the same thing.
That's exactly right. I 100% agree with that. Can't
Yeah.
nobody do you.
Can't nobody.
It's impossible.
Yes. Yes. Can look, I don't even want to look. I just look.
And here's the thing.
Go for it. Go
Here's
for
the
it.
piece of that though. Can't nobody do you like you, and you can't do nobody else like they do it. But here's the piece. Here's the gag, the gig, the gag, all of it. In the event that they try to do you, it's not going to turn out right. And in the event you try to do them,
That's right.
it's not going to turn
That's
out
right.
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 So the
Mhm.
only place that we can be is in our unique being,
Yes.
and
Right.
Yes.
in the uniqueness that God has given us. Like when God imagined us, He imagined us exactly how He wanted us,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
whatever that was, whatever that was
Right.
going to look
Right.
like, or whatever the
Right.
case is. And that's the piece. Like, yeah, can't nobody do you like you, so
Right.
you can't worry about anybody doing you like you. Oh, they did
Right.
what I did. Let them. Because here's the
Right.
thing: there are billions of people, and there are enough people to get to you.
That's right.
And what Carrie said, I think, is key. And that point is that the minute that the person who needs to hear what I have to say,
Mm-hmm.
they hear what I have to say.
Yeah.
And so nobody is going to get the results that I get.
Mhm.
Period. I am
Mhm.
clear on that. Nobody
Right.
is going to get those results. The
Mhm.
reality is, though, who needs the results that I have to give?
Right.
Do you know
Right.
what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
that's the piece where we got to understand, like, yeah, can't nobody
Right.
do it.
Right.
Ain't
And I
nobody,
like that.
and we can't worry about it. Go
Hmm.
ahead.
And I like that because even if, like right now, what you said, if I turned around and said exactly what you said, and I genuinely meant it, and it wasn't that I was doing you, it's just that we both agree on the same thing.
Yeah.
We both said the same
Yeah.
thing. But there's going to be someone who resonates with you saying it
Yeah.
versus me saying it.
Yeah.
And one of the reason why that bothers people is not because it's a competition, but it's because they're looking at it from the wrong lens. Do you want that person to get help? Is that your passion? Because if that is your passion,
Yeah.
you should be happy they found joy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if I can't, I gladly pass them the joy because that my passion is to help.
Sure.
And I would be hurting someone to try to keep them as my client
Mm-hmm.
versus leading them to where they need to go.
Mm-hmm.
Because we got to get out of self. And when we get out of self, you let that one client go, you probably get five because
Mm-hmm.
you're not housed up trying to make it work with that client, trying to force a plan for them, trying to really get into their head because y'all ain't clicking. And that's one of the things I said. That's the power behind the no.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah.
when people say no, that is saving you some time and it's
Yeah.
saving them some heartache. Because one thing that'll happen, and the thing I said is they'll look at you like you they don't think you know what you're doing. And you'll look at them like they're not committed. When all the time is
Mm.
you just may not be the right guy.
That's
And that's
right.
It
okay.
wasn't a match.
And
Yeah. It
that's
wasn't a
okay.
match.
Right.
Wasn't a match.
Mm-hmm.
Can't unmute my mic fast enough. It wasn't a match. But here's the piece, like, and that's okay. Like,
That's
it's like you gotta
okay.
finish the sentence. Like, yeah, everybody ain't gonna work for everybody. You're not gonna work for everybody, whatever the case is. But and that's
That's
okay. So
okay.
finding the way to be okay
Mm-hmm.
with the fact that everybody isn't a match. And that's on
Mm-hmm.
the other side of it. Oh, this person went over here, and that's okay.
That's
And
okay.
that's okay. And that has been my motto in all of the things that I do. Because what I do though is I'm not going to work for everybody. The way
Right.
that I work, I'm clear that that's not going to work for everybody.
Right.
And that's okay.
And that's
And that
okay.
and that goes back to
Because you're
having
just doing you. And
yeah,
that's beautiful.
and that goes back to having a level of maturity as
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
well, in what you were trying to achieve and knowing yourself, right? Because
Yeah.
I can tell you, Uche, now, 10 years ago,
Yeah.
oh, I would have been like, oh my gosh, they went to someone else. How could they
Yeah.
do that?
Yeah.
Right? But with maturity, with time, with understanding, that changes. And
Yeah.
so as entrepreneurs, we got to quit beating ourselves up because we don't get it right the first time, right?
Mm, mm,
Got to be
mm.
okay with that because we're going to make mistakes. We're human. We're going to make mistakes, and that's okay. But the thing is that, like like Les Brown said, if you can look up, you can get up, and you keep moving forward,
Yeah.
right? So just
Yeah.
we need to quit being so hard on ourselves when we make mistakes like this as entrepreneurs.
Amen. We got to stop beating ourselves up as coaches,
Mm-hmm.
entrepreneurs, because we will make mistakes.
Yeah.
We
Mm-hmm.
will make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What I like, this is amazing, and we could talk all night long, but
Yeah.
we're gonna honor our commitment, we're gonna honor our time. We all decided. We had already been in motion prior to COVID.
Mm-hmm.
COVID hit. We stayed in motion. We continue to move forward because there's some things that we know. Tell me what, and some of it we've hit on already, but just clear. There's somebody out there that COVID has taken their wind away.
Mm-hmm.
Them experiencing right now The thought of starting up a new business, the start of launching out and going, following their heart and doing what they've been purposed to do, they don't see it. They don't believe it. Let's
Mhm.
help them. What can we say? What can we say that'll help them to still walk out purpose and destiny? Carrie, what can we say to them?
My in any situation, especially when it comes to situations that rock you,
Yeah,
situations that make you feel like you're suffocating,
yeah.
make space.
Make space.
It's springtime. What a
Mm,
fine time for some spring cleaning.
mm,
If you don't have any wiggle room in your life, it's
yeah,
because typically you have too many things filling your space that
yeah.
don't serve you, that don't benefit you. That goes all the way to people down to words.
Mm,
Even words and phrases and things that don't serve
mm,
you, you have to let go.
mm.
Now, like COVID, for instance,
Yeah,
you hear COVID, you hear this, you hear the sickness,
yeah,
you hear the disease, you hear this.
yeah,
But why don't you think about how many people have been healed from that? Why don't you think of it as how many people have had to slow down because of it?
yeah,
How many people have reached out to people that they have forgot about because of it?
yes,
And then when you take that and you relate that to business, is
yes.
how many things have you been putting off that now you
Mm.
have the time to
Now
do?
you have the time to do it.
Make space for that time. And how miraculous is it that the world made that space for us? It
Amen.
made us stop, it made
Yes.
us think,
Yeah,
and it made us take in some things that we otherwise wouldn't take in.
that's
So,
right.
in this space, we need to make sure we use this time, which is space, to fill it with things that when we
Hmm.
come out of it, that will catapult us into our next steps.
Yes.
If it's it could be trainings, it could be catching up on your sleep and rest. It could be exercising. But when it comes to business, it could be resting on some of the things that weren't working, like programs and things.
Yeah.
And it could be accelerating, exercising your mind and learning new knowledge and putting that stuff to work. And it could also be, like we talked about earlier, getting back in touch with yourself and asking those
Yeah.
questions that you need to be asking. So,
Yeah.
really just take the space that you have,
Yeah.
see what's filling that space,
Hmm.
clear out some things so you can make room for things that's going to help you later. And not only that, but do that on a regular basis, not just
Yeah.
when there's COVID, because if you
Yes.
fill the space with things that help you grow, help you be strong, help you be mentally strong and firm in what you believe, when
Yeah.
COVID comes, or
Yeah.
anything that you can take the word COVID out and replace with
Yeah.
anything that will rock you,
That's
you will
right.
remain more steady in times like this.
Yeah. And so do it now.
Right,
Do it now, and it will carry over, and
right,
it can act as a buffer because life
right,
is going to happen no matter what.
right.
So
Yes,
so
yes.
now is a great time to do it because you
Hmm.
can build some muscles now, right?
Right.
That'll
Hmm.
carry you, that'll carry you and position you for later. Thank you. Make
Right.
space.
Make
Make
some space.
space to receive
Hmm.
the gifts that are waiting on us to
Oh
take those
yeah,
to those steps.
yeah.
We just take some extra steps. There's some gifts down there.
There it is, and oh,
Amen.
it'll fill that space. That's what we want our space to be filled with.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You
Thank
know,
you.
one more visual I want to
Go
get before we
go
move
for it.
on. I don't mean
Yes,
to. Did
go
Uche
for it.
start talking? Okay.
Not
Okay.
yet. Go for it.
So one of the visuals I said, and I don't know if I said it on our accountability call or not, but I
Okay.
was saying this to a potential client of mine who was talking about things, circling them and becoming thick. And you get so many things in your life that takes up space, and they get really close. You feel like you can't move in life.
Yeah.
Picture yourself in a field,
Okay.
and there's weeds all. There's no space. There's weed
Mm-hmm.
360 around you. But
Mm-hmm.
if you visualize what happens when you take a step,
Mm.
it lays out in front of you, and it
Mm-hmm.
has no choice but to do so. If you
Mm.
just take a step,
Take a step.
it's enough space
Yeah. Yeah.
for you to do something.
Yeah. Take a step.
Just take
Take
a
a
step
step.
in
I
any
receive.
direction.
I receive that.
Hmm.
Take a step. It's got to lay down
Hmm. Yeah.
and make a path. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yes. Uche. Uche. What would you say?
Yeah, so my biggest thing is what I've been talking about the last couple of days is really to reset
Mm-hmm.
and pivot.
Mm-hmm.
And during this time, right, this is the great opportunity for us to realize, one, what hasn't been working,
Yeah.
and how can we sit still and reset what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And then once we've understood and once we are able to clear out the fog, the
Yeah.
things that have been clouding us, now
Yes.
where is it that I can change? Where is it
Mm-hmm.
that I can turn? Here's an example. I was on a call the other day, and it was me and a young lady, two women, and it was seven men. And we were all talking about a particular subject. And at the end of the call, the lead said, "Hey, I want to have a smaller group, and I only want the three other men on the call." Right? So after the call, me and the other young lady, we talked afterwards on a separate line, and she said,
Sure.
"Uche, I was really pissed
Mm-hmm.
that I didn't get invited." And I looked at her and I said, "Why are you still waiting in line right now to
Uh,
get chosen?"
uh, uh.
Right?
Why you
Right
still
now, this
waiting
is
in
the
line?
why are you waiting in line to get chosen? This
Yeah.
is a perfect time for you to be able to create, for you to be able
Mm-hmm.
to go find. This is a
Mm-hmm.
perfect time because you
Mm-hmm.
need to reset. So you've been
Yeah.
waiting 37 years to get chosen when you could have been the CEO of what you trying to fix,
Wow. Wow.
right?
Wow.
Reset and pivot and assess where you are. Quit waiting for someone to give you an opportunity and create one for yourself.
Woo. Quit waiting for someone to give you an opportunity and create one for yourself.
Okay,
That's how
now.
she ended it.
Yeesh.
I
That's how
like that.
she
I
asked. She
like
said,
that.
"Why you waiting in line to get chosen?
Mm.
Why
I'm
you
up in
waiting
here
in
and I
line?"
can't wait for the replay.
I know, right? I know.
I gotta pick these gems up now, you Jay.
Oh, goodness gracious. Ooh, Uche.
Mm-hmm.
Carrie,
It's too
Carrie,
much. It's too
Carrie,
much,
Carrie,
Carrie. It's too much.
it blew my mind a little bit. It blew my
Really
mind. You
blew it
said
right.
a reset. It's a little piece of reset and
And
pivot and do
pivot.
something different, and then create your own opportunity.
Get
I
out of
like
line. Stop,
it.
stop being a pivot.
Yeah,
Stop waiting on people.
Why are
I
you in
like
Why
it.
line?
you in line
Why
waiting?
you
I
pissed? I
like
mean,
it.
all kind of words went in there. Yeah, you gotta watch
Yeah.
this thing. This was
Oh,
that
you
was
better believe I
Joy,
am.
what you got to
Nice.
say to the people?
I don't know. What was the question? Uche woke me out right there. Like, why are you still waiting in line? What are you waiting for?
Put your hand raised.
Like,
Look,
Mic,
for
but
real
was it a
though.
mic drop? Did she
For
just
real.
drop the mic?
For
like she
real.
dropped the mic.
Drop the
Like,
mic. She
like it's
dropped the mic,
time for
Carrie.
I don't even know
Drop
what
the
to
mic. And
Oh
look, and she
shit!
got close to the camera. Like,
No,
say. Angry. Okay. Let me make her square small again. I got nervous. Like, what in the world?
oh
you didn't have
man.
to minimize it.
I had to bring her out. I had to bring her back. Like, ooh, this is too much.
Look.
Oh
But
god.
when we know who we are,
Mm,
we know who we are. When we come to love ourselves, we
mm-hmm.
get out the lines and we
do.
create a line.
Right.
Joy,
I love it.
For real, what was the question?
the question was, what are you going to say to people who struggling during this time? We're coming forth with their ideas or whatever.
I'm going to echo a little bit of what Carrie said about making space. Now is the time to. Now is definitely the time to make space and to find yourself in a place that you are taking care of yourself. Of course, you know, I'm here as the resident self-care specialist because that's where I park. You are literally the most important person in your world. Hear me when I say you are the most important person in your world. And I know that that sounds harsh. And I know that that sounds a little bit off when there are so many people that we have to be there for. And there are so many people that we love and that we take care of and all of that. But I need you to think about it for just one moment. All of those people that you love and all of those people that you take care of and all of those people that you have to be there for. Think about you being out of the equation.
Mm-hmm.
If you are not caring for yourself, if you are out of the equation, then it doesn't matter anyway, right? So you are literally the most important person in your world. So whether that's in business and like Carrie said, whether insert whatever that is there, whatever COVID is, whether it's the death of a loved one, whether it is the loss of a job, whether it's just hard times, whatever the trial is, you are the most important person in your world. And if you are not stopping to take care of you, if you are not stopping to say, hey, oh, important one, then you won't be able to be there for all of the people that you have to be there for.
Right.
That is period and bottom line. And
Right.
so what would I say to people during this time, as far as entrepreneurs are concerned, as far as business owners are concerned? Listen, yes, take care of your business, because your business is what take care of you. But making sure that you're listening to, you make sure you listen to your body. Make sure that you're stopping. Make sure that you're practicing Sabbath. And I don't mean Sabbath like going to church on Sunday, because guess what? We can't go to church. But I mean Sabbath like the discipline of stopping. The Sabbath like saying, you know what? This list is not going to get finished. So I need to stop, because when I get back to it, the list will still be there.
Right.
Sabbath is literally the discipline of saying enough is enough for right now.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
so what would I say to people? Making sure that you take a moment. Carrie said it this way: make space. Absolutely, make space to stop.
Yeah.
And then when you stop, surrender. When you stop, surrender. So the discipline of stopping, surrender, rest. And that is the formula to making sure that you are here and you are healthy and you are able to do for the people you need to do for. You are able to do for yourself. You are able to run your business well, and all of those other things that go into it. So stop, surrender, rest. And I know all of those at any given time seem like they could be the same thing, but they are not. They are not, because you have to stop in order to surrender and say, I'll give it all up. I'll do whatever else needs to be done at another time. That's the surrender. And then resting, making sure that you have rejuvenated, making sure that you have repaired. It is scientifically proven that when you sleep, your body repairs.
Oh yeah.
And it is more than just sleeping. It is literally resting. And so what are you going to rest on? So those are the things that I would say to those who are in this time and in this space. As far as self-care is concerned, discipline yourself to stop, surrender to whatever is going on around you, give it all up, and then rest. So those are my places. And I will park right there.
Can you tell she just wrote her dissertation?
She is rich.
I'm just saying.
I did.
She just wrote her dissertation.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Self-care.
Uh-huh. Yes, ma'am.
It was long. It was a long dissertation. It was, yes.
I've got something I want to add. I do want to give a shout out to Letitia Wright. Letitia Wright is the scribe that God has blessed me with. When I tell you that she can capture the words verbatim and give them back to you, Letitia, I honor you this evening.
Yes.
I thank you for your fingers. I thank you for your attention. I thank you for your presence. I do honor you. She said, practice the discipline of Sabbath. This does not mean going to church. It means taking space to stop, reset, pivot, and surrender.
Awesome.
Thank you, Letitia. Thank you.
Hey, Dr. Katherine, can I just add one more thing?
Absolutely.
Just in general for business owners and entrepreneurs, or just in general, I just want to make sure I encourage everyone that when you show up, make sure you show out.
Show out.
Stop. You heard it.
Show up and show out.
You heard it, Carrie.
I'm reading lips. I told you I'm getting good at it. I'm like paying attention. I heard show up, show out. I'm gonna get these nuggets one way or another now.
She said, show up, show out. She said, make sure when you show up, you show out. You got it, Carrie.
Yes, ma'am. I love it.
She said, entrepreneur, whoever you are, make sure when you show up, you show out.
I surrender to that.
Uche, you making me a different level of proud. Everybody hands in the air. Everybody hands up. Hands up. 911.
When you show up, don't dim your light. When you show up, don't go to the corner. When you show up, don't go sit down somewhere. When you show up, show
Show
out.
out.
Yeah.
Come
I
on,
I
man.
see somebody preaching.
Look,
I think there's a preacher in the room. I
I
think
grew
there's
up Church of God in Christ.
look.
All I need is a
Next
tambourine.
week y'all gonna be like,
listen,
Chris, can we go live
listen,
again?
listen. I need some keys or something. Wait a minute.
Right.
Show up, show
Hey,
out.
I'm in the
Uche,
car.
take this
Y'all
time
want me to
and
blow
say,
the horn?
I'm about to tell the people, Uche. I'm about to tell the people.
Uche, I got the clap. Oh,
Oh
ladies,
yes, I love
ladies,
it.
ladies, ladies,
I love
ladies. My
it.
sisters, my sisters. Show up and
And
show
show
out.
out.
Listen, after
Mhm.
I need to let's go to these comments real quick for a minute. We got
Woo.
LL talking about coach.
Coach.
Coach. Yes. Make sure that when you show up, you show out.
I love
I mean,
it.
we
I
got
love it.
praising
I
hands.
love it. I
We
love
got the
it.
preachers in the room. This when Dr. James went on her preaching spell. We got amen. We done turned in the church. I feel like we getting ready to just let's just go with it. Listen. Naria came back and said this is a powerful conversation. Let
Yes.
me tell y'all something.
Uh,
This is if I wasn't happy before now, I think I done got happy. I
I
think
know, right?
I'm 2 seconds from dancing. No, just
And y'all don't know. It'll take nothing for me to dance. I'm gonna be dancing in a minute.
You gonna be dancing. You gonna be
James
dancing.
is 2 seconds from dancing. I am actually not 2 seconds from dancing,
Oh man.
but it's good though.
This is
But I'm with L though. I'm with L. Where is
The
the
offering plate.
time? It is time.
oh my God. And communion. She said and communion.
That is hilarious.
Sparkling around here.
Look. I just want to say this. I forgot, you know what, Carrie, I forgot. Let me wrap it up. Let me wrap this up. You are, this is what I would say to the individuals. You are an unrepeatable, remarkable miracle with your own special brand of brilliance. You need to hear it, you need to say it, and you need to believe it. You are an unrepeatable. Can nobody do you like you can do you?
Mm-hmm.
Remarkable. When you come into a place, you leave a mark that cannot be duplicated. And you a miracle because out of all of the sperm and the eggs that came together, you came out. You
That's
came out.
right.
Your mama and your daddy could have did something else that night,
Yeah.
but they chose to connect so that you could be here in 2020. You are an unrepeatable, remarkable miracle with your own special brand of brilliance. And then I'm going to read this last thing and we're going to wrap it up, ladies. It's one of my favorite quotes by Howard Thurman. It often is said that Les Brown does it. He does it. But when he does, he gives Howard Thurman the credit. He says, imagine being on your deathbed and standing around the bed is the ghost of the dreams, the ideas, and the abilities, the talents given to you by life. But for whatever reason, you never pursued those dreams. You never acted on those ideas. You never used those gifts. You never used those talents. And there they are, staring at you as you are lying on your deathbed with large, angry eyes. They say, we came to you, and only you could have given us life.
My
And now we must die with you forever.
Wow.
Our dreams, our ideas, our talents, and our gifts. We can't have anybody waiting on us. Beloved, don't wait to get it perfect. Don't wait to get ready because the package that you're in right now, it's sufficient. Just show up and show out, be bold and be loud. Give the gift, the earth, the universe, the gift of you right now. Somebody needs you right now. Ladies, it has been my absolute privilege. Before we move, Joy, if we can make sure that Carrie's information gets in the comments and Uche's gift information gets in the comments, in case someone, because these ladies within their own right, there are gifts, they're gifts to me, they're gifts to Joy, they're gift to God universe. I am blessed beyond measure. to have you ladies with us tonight. It has been a privilege. I have laughed and had a ball. And so I know Joy is getting some. Joy, do you need them to say something?
So here's what I need you ladies to do, and Letitia may or may not catch it all, but look into the camera and tell the people how they can get in touch with you and what it is that you specialize with in and if you can drop maybe whatever your contact information that you're going to give out. If she can catch your name and contact information, that would be good. Okay, so we'll start with you, Miss Carrie.
Well, you can find me on Facebook. It's Carrie Irene Crosby. That's CarrieIreneCrosby. And then my coaching page is there as well as my video editing page. But I also have a website, and that's atbaimpactgroup.com.
One more time, Carrie, and do it just a little bit slower for the people
All right.
who, uh,
It's
who are writing with pencil and paper.
All right. It's ATBA Impact. That's IMPACT Group, GROUP.com. ATBA impactgroup.com.
Thank you, Carrie. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Right. Miss Uche.
Yes, Uche Maple, UCHEMAPLE. You can find me on my website, www.ucheonyemaple.com. I am on Facebook at Uche Maple, and you can find me on Instagram at umaple6, and also on YouTube. You can find me with Leadership Matters at Leadership Matters.
All right, we're gonna ask you.
Oh, and I forgot. I'm sorry. And I am a leadership and personal development coach.
Amen.
All right, Coach Uche. Let me ask you one more time, real slow, and go ahead and do it for me. One more time, real slow.
Okay. Yes, you could find me on Facebook at Uche, UCHE, and last name Maple, MAPLE. You can find me on Instagram at umaple6. My website is www.ucheonyemaple.com. Absolutely. Thank you, ma'am. Yes, she got it. And you can find me on YouTube at Your Leadership Matters.
Amen.
Thank you.
Ladies. My heart is full.
Mhm.
My soul is satisfied because we as sisters have had an opportunity to get together and just be. No pretense, no masking, no falsities. This is who we are. And so I thank God that He allowed us to be in California in November. I thank God that we ended up on the same shuttle. I thank God that we ended up sitting in front and in back of each other. We are blessed
We
to
are
be together from here on.
from here
Yeah,
on.
absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right. Audio, my audience, thank you so much for being with us, for blessing us with your time. Time is the one thing in life we can't get back. We can get another car, we can get more clothes, we can even get more friends.
Right.
We can never get more time. I am honored that you decided to spend time with us this evening. Joy the Crib, I bless you, my sister, for just being you.
Amen.
All right, ladies. I'm grateful for you. The last thing I had wanted to ask, and I'm not going to do it, but I just want this to be put out into the atmosphere. What are you grateful for? If we can all just say it at one time, it's going to be not understandable, recognizable, but let's just put it out in the atmosphere. What are we grateful for? Let's go.
Being a
I'm
piece
grateful
of a
for you.
whole.
Amen. 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 I love it because it landed where it needed to land. Amen. Amen. All right. Beloved, at the moment in which Abba breathed the breath of life into us, we forfeited the right to not be amazing. You are amazing. I'm amazing. Let's go out into the world and be our amazing selves. All right. Have an amazing evening.
Bye.